Hello friends, followers, Sealy Big Bass Splash fishermen, contestants. It has been a very long week for me. Doubles and full days, and I'm tired. Fun week it was. Great fishing. You always have to work for it. None of it ever just lands in our lap. I'm going to give you a Lake Fork rundown. So welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork guide. Three best ways to catch them. Really three patterns. And then my top three choices. That's what you're going to get tonight in the rundown. All right, so first off, water temperatures continuing to cool. Each morning, cooler and cooler. We're getting close. Once we start in the 70s, 76 to 78, the fishing should be on fire. It's great right now, but we are fixing to really, truly have an awesome fall. It's not going rapidly like last year. We had I want to say a 15 to 20 degree change, and like that in just a few days, it shocked the fish. We are just gradually coming down. Water levels, the same thing. No rapid dropping. Man, the fish are really happy and really healthy right now. Water clarity, as I have put here, awesome. When have you ever seen Lake Fork or any Northeast Texas lake or Midwest lake for that matter this time of year have 1 to 3 foot visibility? We pitched a jig up on a stump a couple days back and it was 2.5, maybe 3 feet deep, and saw the big bass roll on the jig. Awesome is what the water clarity is. Gonna be a good tournament. I said water temperatures, I think I did talk 79, 7.8, 81.2. We're cool trending right now as we speak. A little bit of rain, nothing heavy. You guys are in for a good one. All right. Before I give you the 3 patterns that I would pursue in this, and you could mix this up, you could choose one. I'm not excluding the deep bite, but I'm not going to tell you about a deep bite. It could still come back around as that deeper water resettles and gets oxygenated. The deeper bite might be there. So if you're really struggling, hey, never ever disregard going out deep, back shallow, out deep, back shallow. So here, got to move out, move in, move out, move in until you figure something out. But let's get to moving here. All right. The first bite that I am going to tell you about is the bird bite. All right. If you're a running gunner, if you really like to cover water and you're full of energy and you'd rather throw reaction baits, then you need to chase the bird bite. You need to watch the blue heron and the white egret. I normally do not talk about the white egret and bass fishing here on Fork because the white egret is a little neck bird. It chooses smaller bait. It's pretty rare that large bass will get on small bait. However, they do. And in this time of year specifically, they really will. But we call that white egret the white liar because it's on small bait. Well, in this tournament, you need unders, 2-pounders, schoolers. So the white egret, the white liar, he runs with schooling bass, absolutely worth pulling up and fishing. Okay, the blue heron now, big neck bird, bigger bait, potentially bigger bass. Right now, in the fall, anything can happen. If you've been watching the rundowns, if you follow me, you know I'm talking about junk fishing. So you're going to have a whole bunch of stuff on the boat, right? And here it goes. Watch articles that are written by BAS elites, Clifford Perch. This time of year, he can have as many as 15 to 20 rods on the deck of his boat. Okay? So the bird bite. Run and gun. You may only have to hit 5 birds that day. You may hit 25 birds. You may hit 50 birds. But you're going to run and gun and pull up on blue herons and white egrets. Be smart. Pull up on the ones that are windblown. Don't waste your time on the ones that aren't. Windblown birds, I just gave you a huge tip. Here's what you're going to throw. Potentially a small popper. Have some feather. An underspin. 3.5 inch or a 5 or 7 inch. Okay? 2 sizes on the underspin. Always 2 sizes on the underspin. Chatterbait. Okay? Nothing better than a trailer made by Lake Fork Tackle Lures. Live magic shad, 3-inch pearl on a jackhammer, chatterbait, and a square bill. Small square bill, like a 1.5, okay? That's what you're gonna throw in front of that white lyre and the blue heron. And be ready, you don't know what you're gonna catch. You may catch real small fish, you may catch some slot fish, you may catch a beautiful under that wins the hour, and you actually might get your arm hurt from a Lake Fork giant, okay? Bird bite, number 1. Number 2 bite on the lake, vegetation bite. If you've spent enough time and you've found vegetation, you gotta go look for it, but it is there still. Regardless of the spraying, there is vegetation to be fished, all right? Keep it real simple. I'm gonna talk about really 2 presentations, and you could probably add a little bit of your own flavor to grass. You never know when you're on vegetation. Grass, lily pads, duckweed, peppergrass, etc. But 2 frogs. A popping frog, just cupped in the middle, and walk it. Try and walk it in place sometimes, in the pockets, in the junk of the grass. A buzz frog, much like a horny toad or a ribbit frog. A scum frog, which I don't have one out. And or here's my favorite right now for the vegetation. Instead of throwing an underspin, which sometimes I will around that vegetation, I've found that a Santone swim jig will go right through it. Much better. Weedless Santone swim jig. Mean green's my favorite color. Try it with 2 different trailers. This is really important. Sometimes they want that single subtle action of that thump thump single tail. Sometimes I'll put that Strike King Rage Craw on there because it's got that fast, much more erratic action. Okay? Usually this one I'm burning. This one I'm trying to go a little slower. Okay? That's what I'm throwing around vegetation. It makes it real simple. So now if I was to count rods, I've got 1 rod, 2 rods, 3 rods, 4 rods, 5 rods, 6 rods, 7 rods, 8 rods, 9 rods on the deck of my boat. Okay? We're junk fishing. We could run birds while we're hit 2 or 3 birds while we're on our way to our vegetation. We could hit the vegetation. It's not working, and I'm just giving you a little scenario here. Or it's not working. So nothing on the birds, nothing on the vegetation. I don't know, maybe you want to try the 3rd one. This is the one that I would stick with right here. Docks and brush piles, okay? Any of my clients that fish with me, you need to stay with the docks. You need to slow down on the docks. They're going to get pressured. The fish are going to get tight-lipped, but they're there. They're not going to leave, okay? Tight on the docks. Remember that. No deep docks. Remember that. My 3 favorite baits for docks and brush piles are going to be the Texas Rig V&M chopstick in Texas Smoke, or really any shad color. Okay? Darker in the morning, low light, lighter, more natural in the sunlight. You're not going to use much sunlight or need much of it because you're fishing the docks. Sunlight will suck them into those docks a little better. When there's no sun, they're cruising. Okay? So if you're running docks, that's my probably number 1 bait that you're going to catch the most fish on. All right? Santone finesse jig. All right? This is probably going to get you a bigger bite. This is going to catch that 2-pound, 7-ounce under off the dock. Maybe the 2.9 off the dock. It's going to catch the more mature fish of the dock, the more dominant fish of the dock. The Santone finesse jig. It can be any finesse jig. I prefer the Santone. Holds up to the abuse. Are made right here in the US of A. But natural craw color. Something green pumpkin orange. Just put up right there. That would be what I'd put in my hands probably an hour after daybreak. I'd hit some birds, put this in my hands, and never stop the whole time. Okay? And my 3rd, which by the way, both of those baits can be used in the brush piles. All right? So we're still talking dock fishing and brush piles. Brush piles are going to be 10 to 14 feet. If you don't have some, go looking for them. Hopefully you have a few. But the other bait, that's the only large bait, large profile that I'm using is the Magnum trick worm on a sand tone, stand up, shaky head. And I believe it or not, normally I throw that in shell bed right now this time of year. I'm throwing it in the brush, 10 to 14 feet, in and around the brush piles in 10 to 14 feet. And that will get a big bite as well, okay? So that's the 3 ways: the bird bite, the vegetation bite, and the docks and brush pile bites. That's 3 more plus 9. That's 12 rods on the deck of my boat. That's not too crazy when guys have 20 or more in typical fall fishing. So you could add a drop shot. If you're a drop shotter and you're not throwing a drop shot in the brush piles, you're not drop shotting around them docks, you're really missing out. You're going to catch more fish. If you know how to play them, you can hook and land a big one. I don't do it. I get real too nervous. I don't have spinning rods for Lake Fork. I do not go hunting the bear with a BB gun. But it can be done, I guess. You can catch a big bass on light line. It's been done. It's been done on my boat. Mr. Joe Coker did it. And I know there are lots of you that are really good at drop shotting who can do it. So, guys, man, I'm running. I'm tired. What a week. Again, please, all you be safe out there. All of you that fish with me, thank you so much. It was so much fun this week. I hope one of you at least wins your money back and maybe wins this whole doggone thing. But other than that, y'all have a good time, good week. I'm going to go to the deer lease for the next day or two and be probably just working, getting ready for hunting. But I'm going to get my mind off fishing, and I'm going to leave it all to you. I'm going to leave my goat lake, the beautiful lake, or our goat lake. The beautiful lake is yours for the weekend. Go catch them. So thanks again. I'm Michael McFarland giving you a Lake Fork rundown, having a blast doing it. And one last thing to all of you guys that see me out there and shake my hand and tell me that, oh my gosh, you're that guy that thank you so much. No, man. Thank you. You all are making my dream come true. So appreciate you, man. See you next time, Monday night.